Hey everyone, Ben back from Living Survival, and today we're going to take a look at the Work Tuff JX Omega, a badass camp knife for those of you that like a larger style camp knife. I think this is like his 9th or 10th knife. He designs great stuff, and we're going to take a look at that today. And somehow there is still some available at DLT Trading. There will be a link below if you guys want to pick one of these up. I know the first run went pretty quickly, and there wasn't supposed to be another run until October or November. So I think there's another run of these coming up, but there are still some available. Link will be in the description, and let's check it out. All right, so let's take a look at the JX Omega, designed by Chris Tanner, a friend of mine. Makes great knives, and made by Work Tuff, who makes competition style knives. I mean, these things have won competitions for sure. You get it with a Kydex sheath, which is nice. You can see the size here. We'll go over the specs in a moment, but you get a nice Kydex sheath with it. I usually just slip it in the side pouch of a backpack and then just clip it up top. It does come with Molly type clips that you can clip it onto, you know, the outside of a pack, or you can clip it onto your belt. So there's many different ways you can configure this sheath. Today we're going to take a look at the knife and some of its specs. I really want to get this thing out camping with me, maybe do some shelter building with it. I just haven't been able to do that much in depth with it yet, but it's certainly a capable knife. Again, the JX Omega, you can see that this thing is sweet for those of you that are looking for a serious knife. You know, if you have the BK7 or the BK9, you're looking to upgrade to a serious style knife, something that is going to, you know, last a long time, something you can hand down. This is definitely the type of knife that you should be looking for. So again, JX Omega, this is a 8-inch overall blade, so big beefy blade style there, sort of a Bowie style. There it is, overall length of 15.55, and it is 0.188 inches thick. And you know, when Chris designs a knife, he designs the spine to be ultra sharp, so you could definitely throw some sparks with that. Another thing that he does with this knife is he makes sure that he has multiple handholds, so you can certainly put this in a chopping handhold. You can certainly choke up here. It's got a little bit of an indentation in the handles here, so you can certainly choke up on this knife, get a couple fingers up there, and you can do smaller, finer tasks with it. So making feather sticks or making steaks for camp, which is something that I do a lot of. I do a lot of cooking on small wood stoves. So for me, something like this paired with a small silky saw, for example, works really good for me, because I can saw off those small logs. I can baton them down. I can baton them down really, really well with a knife like this, and get all the size wood that I need to get those wood stoves going. And of course, if you had to chop with it, you could. Is it a replacement for an axe? Probably not. But for me, I'd rather carry a large multi-purpose knife, because I can do a lot more with this than I can an axe. Now, many people would probably say that they can do a lot with an axe too, and for sure you can, especially in the wintertime when you need larger amounts of wood. But for me, using just wood stoves and doing camp tasks, having a knife like this, paired up with a saw, really does the trick for me. So this is SK85 steel. It's a new steel for me, and honestly, since I've got this, I have not touched it up whatsoever, so I can't really speak to the reliability of the edge, other than it has held up through a bunch of different chopping tasks that I've done, and a bunch of different wood applications that I've done. The edge is still razor sharp on this thing, as it came from Work Tuff. It weighs 28 ounces, so it's not the heaviest knife, but it definitely has enough heft to give it, that great chopping ability. In an Instagram post, I compared this to those little metal wands that you use to look for water. You find water and they just turn themselves, across, and they show you where water is. That's what this reminds me of. It's something that you pull out and it just goes in your hand, and it just automatically wants to chop. It just wants to go out there and find some wood to chop. So it has the G10 with liners, which is really cool here. So you've got some liners in there. Of course, full tang. Really, really nice sculpted G10. Just a really nice knife overall. You know, you can do a ton of different tasks with this thing, from shelter building to carving to smaller. Smaller tasks, I usually make stakes for my tarps. I don't bring stakes generally, or if I forget them, for example, I can quickly make some stakes with this just by cutting down some green wood and then rounding off the top. And it's nice when a knife like this, of this size, also gives you that capability to do finer tasks. And it really does, with the multiple handholds that you can do with this. I've done some pretty decent chopping with this, and there's no, no hot spots in the handle or anything that hurts your hand. You know, some knives, like the Ontario knives in general, for me, if I go chopping with them, they really hurt the palm of your hand. You get a lot of that shock back through the handle, and you just don't with this knife. Again, a lot of the knives that I own that Chris has designed are really, really well balanced, you know, right out of the box. And again, it just, you get it in your hand and it just wants to go chopping. So there's a little bit of a fuller up here. It's got a pretty cool coating on it. You can see here, I'm not sure what they call that coating on there, but it's a really cool coating that Work Tuff does on some of their knives. And then of course you've got this really, really nice edge here that is mirror polished. And again, I've done a lot of beating with this knife and it's still razor sharp. I'd like to take a moment to thank our longtime channel sponsor, Pro Camp Tech. I've been using Pro Camp Tech products for years and know that when I need it, I have a dependable, weatherproof way to get my fires started quickly and easily. Pro Camp Tech fire tinders are non-toxic, eco-friendly, and don't lose potency over time. They are simple to use and ultra-light to pack, saving precious space in your kits. Check out the link below to grab any of their fire starting products, including Ultimate Fire Tinder, Fast Fire Stick, fire plugs, or their fire strip roll. If you want the most reliable, weatherproof fire tinder on the market, go prepared with Pro Camp Tech. Give you a closer look here at the handle. Again, G10 with the liners there, full tang. You've got 2 pins or 2 screws here, and then you've got a couple holes in the back. You could rig up a lanyard to that for sure, no problem. You move up to the front grooves here that you can choke up on with your fingers. It works really, really well. Really comfortable in this position, and then really comfortable in more of a chopping position. Give you another close-up of that coating that's on it there, and the mirror polish edge. Again, Work Tuff SK85 steel. I do want to play with this one quite a bit more. Possibly I'll do an update video on this once I get it out to a camp and I can do a lot more with it. But so far I'm really, really happy with it. And again, with the sheath that comes with it, you know, you get a really nice package, a real capable package, a real multi-use type package. Pair this with a silky saw and you've really got something that can definitely do all your camp chores, all your camp tasks. Generally, of course, I'll have a smaller bushcraft style knife or even a folder that I can do the really small stuff with. But so far I'm really pleased with this knife. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, taking a look at the JX Omega. If you guys got like a K-Bar BK7 or BK9 and want to upgrade to something that is, you know, a lot nicer than those knives, something that's tougher, something that you can just beat on, as with most of the knives that Chris designed. I have a few of the different models in my collection and love them all. They are really nicely designed knives made by great makers, and Work Tuff is no exception. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video today and give it a big thumbs up for me. Make sure you leave me that comment in the comment section below, and again, links to DLT Trading will be below if you want to pick one of these up. Hurry up, because once they're gone until the next run. If you know anybody who might be interested on your social media, please feel free to share. And a lot of you guys that watch my videos aren't subscribed, so take a moment if you would. It would greatly help me out. from that TV, that mobile phone, or that computer. Just click subscribe and that notification bell to be notified of new videos.